What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, so I've talked about this on live streams, and I thought it would be good to make an actual video because I'm able to get the full thought out. Usually on a live stream, I'm just kind of spitballing ideas and going back and forth with the community as we riff through different ideas that pop up. But the main thing is adding a ranked play format that is parallel to what we currently have, but is like as KYC and centralized as you can get. Now, what I'm trying to attack here is just this we've reached somewhat of a fever pitch with where the bot situation is, right? And so I understand people are really starting to pick a side now, and one of the things that I think is important to address is the fact that, like, at the end of the day, Splinterlands wants this to be a decentralized game, and I actually support them 100%. I love the idea of it, and I think that should still be the core of what the team is trying to accomplish. So I don't want to touch ranked play as it currently stands. I think there should be a non KYC. Anybody can come in and play the game, bot or not. It should be something that can be accessible and in line with the ethos of what the team is trying to do. But I also think that we can add something. It doesn't need to be adjusting and fixing and messing around with what is currently there. We could add, similar to how a modern format was added, there could be a totally separate ranked play. Now, I don't know I'm not technical. I don't know the amount of code work that would need to go into this. My hope is that a lot of it would be possible or wouldn't be made easy by the fact that you can just kind of replicate what we have already. But similar to how when you can get in here and see modern and wild, now you'd be able to go in and pick, in addition to that, you'd be able to pick a centralized KYC only, no bots, no bot ranked play. Now, there's several things here, right? We know that the team has recently said that they have the ability to try and attack bots. So that's great. It's just they don't want to from their ethos and decentralized kind of approach, which again I want to say that I respect because I agree that bot exploitation is definitely hurting the community. It's definitely hurting many areas of play when it comes to like anti-competitiveness. And so I want these things to be addressed, but I agree with the team's approach of addressing it thoughtfully and not with, hey, you can play and you can't play, and we or a specific group of people are going to decide that. That's why I'm advocating for a completely separate ranked where people can go, they can choose to jump into that lane specifically, but there will always be the open and completely decentralized ranked play available. And what I'm thinking, as an SPS stakeholder, as an SPS, which we all are, right, to a certain extent, I would vote for a small portion. We don't even need a lot of this right now, but a small portion of the ranked rewards that are currently set aside. So we have like 7.5 million, right? 7.5 million. Obviously, that's come down a little bit. It reduces by 1% per month, but 7.5 million of these rewards going towards the decentralized game as it exists right now. But imagine if you could create a fully centralized version. And maybe it doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles that we have right now. Maybe there's only a wild version, for example, and it's just a place that people can go and play and know that they are playing against other humans. My question, and I guess this is what I'm putting out to the community now, is would you play in that if the rewards were significantly smaller, maybe even like a tenth of the rewards? So what I'm thinking, just to make sure that we are respectful of the fact that the game wants to stay decentralized at its core, make it like a 90-10 split. I would vote for that, right? As an SPS holder, I would vote to create a separate parallel centralized track that is very much focused on making sure only humans play, and then giving 10% of the rewards there, or doing, like I said, a 90-10 split where 90% still goes towards the main game as it is, but you have this area in which people can play. And then what we'll do is we'll see what the results look like. How do people engage with it when they come into play? Are they looking to get rewards and farm the system from ranked battles in the decentralized side, or because they want to play the game and they want to be able to play against friends and other people that they know are humans, will they gravitate towards the other side? And if the numbers start to tell us something there, and we give it 2, 3, 6 months, and we can start to see maybe a shift, who knows? we can make another decision at that point if we want to invest further or expand that. But what that does is allow the people who are just clamoring anti-bot, anti-bot, it gives them a sandbox to play in. It says, here you go. This is an area in which you can enjoy the game where you don't have to worry about bots, right? And at the same time, it doesn't completely take out the game at its knees from the standpoint of like what the team is trying to do. We are just creating an alternative. And so therefore, to me, again, it's one of those things where it's a value add. It's a compromise that actually doesn't require, I mean, again, it's requiring a compromise of 10% of the rewards from the main pool, but adding it to another place. Now, the other solution would be, well, we have a ton of SPS sitting in the game right now. If we were to create this new ranked play parallel, could we start to get some of that SPS that's sitting in the DAO? Again, that would go up to a vote. I'm not saying that that's the best way to approach it. I am just saying that currently exists as is. So I'm laying this out here, again, very raw, so that you guys can poke holes in it and I can get an idea of where you are coming from and how you would feel about this. But again, my question is, first of all, would you vote for something like this? Would you want to have a ranked play environment that you knew was bot-free or as bot-free as it can be versus what we currently have right now? And have them both exist, and you can go in and choose to play where you would like. And then, if you were to vote for that, would you choose to then play in it, right? So, because again, those are two separate questions. Because given the nature of how the breakdown of rewards might be, I would vote for it because I would want it to exist as a place where people can go. But I don't know that I would necessarily play in it all the time. I don't necessarily mind playing against bots on a regular basis. But I want there to be an evolution of the game that is centralized, right? Sorry, not an evolution of the game, an evolution of an aspect within the game that could potentially be centralized and be to for all intents and purposes like anti-bot, right? You can have one that's bot neutral or even bot positive, and then you can have one that's bot negative, right? And just making sure that you're creating this kind of sandbox for people to play in. So again, I don't know. I'm sure people will look at this and be like, if you're going through all that trouble, why would you waste the time? You should just remove bots completely. Again, I don't think that is the solution or the best solution. So just trying to come up with stuff that's outside the box here and see if there are areas in which there can be solid compromise where people would feel like they're getting what they want out of the game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, this is all just kind of raw, but I do want to know where the community is feeling on this and if this is something that as we hopefully get a committee proposal system in place that maybe we can push for. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.